Welcome to episode 462 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
This is going to be a short show.
Yeah, it's going to be a Will show, because I got nothing. I can comment on things that Will has watched and done, listened to, whatever.
Comment.
I can comment. That's it.
We can have some discussions.
I got nothing to contribute to today's show.
I only have a few things because it's been a crazy, hectic week.
Yes.
For also for you as well.
Yes, there's been a lot of just
nothing.
like I've been so busy and just so tired that I've slept a lot this week.
Yeah, I've had a lot of shit happen, and also I overworked myself at the beginning of the week in order to have some free time to go see a certain movie that came out. I saw Black Adam.
Oh, honestly, I did not know it came out, so I've not been paying attention.
I was watching. I follow a couple comic book podcasts, your comic book YouTubers who do like podcast style shows and all that stuff. And then they were talking about how what is DC doing? Because this week they have Black Adam coming out. They have an animated Super Sons movie that released, and they have the Batman Arkham Knights or whatever game. All they couldn't wait, stagger them a little. They had to all come out at the same time, and
from what I'm seeing about that Arkham Knights game, not good things.
Yeah, and
really
they were even talking about the Super Sons movie. They were like, yeah, that comes out tomorrow, and they whatever. And then then they went to look something, and they're like, oh wait, actually no, it's out today. It's like they're not even promoting it. Like, people know that they were like, yeah, people know that's a thing, but like no one knew it was coming out, or that it is out.
I feel like DC does not. They don't market their animated stuff, which is their best stuff.
And especially because they have a new universe, they
yes,
a new animated universe. Even they should be pushing this. And you'd think Super Sons would be something big to push because, people don't like Damian, but they like Damian if he's with John Kent, Superboy. People like the Super Sons.
Which okay, the Super Sons is not. It's standalone though. It's not in the Tomorrowverse.
Oh, is it not?
Nope.
That's kind of weird.
I mean, they kind of do that. They'll have a couple that are in that universe, and then some that aren't.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't. It's crazy that they have three things that potentially people were excited for.
Yeah. See, this came out Tuesday. Looks like.
But I booked my ticket for Black Adam what was it, last month? Towards I think it was the last day of the month, because I was like, oh crap, I haven't gone to see a movie, and I have AMC free birthday. Here's a free popcorn and free large popcorn and free large soda for your birthday and this is expiring. Let me book a ticket for Black Adam's the closest thing I guess I'll see. And so I was able to book that and then redeem my thing ahead of time and get the free popcorn and drink. So that was the main reason why I did it. That and I still have a bunch of free tickets because I during like the pandemic, like when it was in 2020, during when everything was shut down, like hardcore.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, Coke had promotions where they were giving away like AMC like stuff, even though AMC was closed and you couldn't go. So like I just accumulated things over, like the movie tickets, they don't expire at all. They do not expire. The free like popcorn and drink coupons, those have expired,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah, the free movie tickets, no, they're just, you know, and they either cover the cost of a movie, or if it's like a premium format, they take off discounts. I've given you some
Mm-hmm.
to use because like
Yes, and I
I have a bunch.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. But I saw Black Adam.
So how was it?
It's not a perfect movie,
It's a DC movie, so of course not.
but I really enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Like that's like the best thing I could say is I had fun with it. It was enjoyable, and I forgot like some of the people who were in it, like the dude from what's the show Leverage?
Leverage. Yes. He plays
Yeah,
Hawkman.
he's Hawkman. Yeah, when he popped on, I'm like, oh, that's the dude from Leverage. I forgot he was in this. Like, huh, interesting. Um, Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate is just it's perfect casting. He's so good.
I think old Pierce Brosnan, like I I
He's
like
much
him.
better.
I like him better than young Pierce Brosnan. Like, um,
I agree. Yeah.
I
Same with
don't
same with the
know.
other Bond around that time, Timothy Dalton. I find I like him better
Yes,
older than, you know.
absolutely, absolutely.
Just funny that they both were Bond around this, one after the next. But
I don't know really much anything about Black Adam other than he's tied to Shazam. Um, but so like I'm looking at the cast, I'm like, this person plays this person. I don't know who that is. If that's if it,
is it spoilers to make us to talk about a small little cameo
no,
at the beginning of the movie?
oh, I don't think so.
They have Adam Smasher is a character in this. He's like a I don't know, in his 20s maybe, somewhere 20s, early 20s. That's the vibe they were going for, I think. I don't know how old the actor actually is because in Hollywood 30-year-olds play high school kids, so who knows. Um, but when he was like on his way to the Justice Society, whatever area, he was thanking his uncle, who was the original Atom Smasher, and it was Henry Winkler.
Yeah, I do see that as Uncle Al.
So Henry Winkler was a superhero in this universe. I love it.
Cool. Yeah. Now that's
Uh,
Atom Smasher, not to be confused with Adam Smasher in Cyberpunk.
yeah. Atom, like atoms and molecules and all that. Yeah.
I just like because I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk, and Adam Smasher is a character in there. So just
I'm not too familiar, like, but honestly, Black Adam was not anything of a character before, before The Rock showed interest. Because, like, even in the comics, they've in the last like 10 years, they've like actually flushed the character out and they've given him more things and stuff like that. Because The Rock, has been saying ever since 2006, there's interviews of him from 2006. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna be Shazam," and he's like, "No, I'm gonna be Black Adam," and talking about it. And
Yeah,
so like
I remember
the
that,
comics
but
have like been doing stuff the recent, like the past, like 10 years or so with the character. Like it's not the it's not the most it's not he's not like you know part of like the big three, or or anything like that. Like he's not like the fourth pillar of DC or anything, but like they have done more with him and fleshed him out.
right,
um
like I he's a villain, but mainly like
he's
like
an anti-hero now.
yeah now, but like he's been a villain. He's been the like you need to have this. You got one superhero. Their exact opposite is their arch enemy. He's the exact opposite of Shazam.
Yeah,
Down to the damn costume.
yeah, he Black Adam now reminds me more Namor, where
So
he
he's a
can be
dick.
evil. He's a dick, yeah, and he has his own nation, and like he's very similar to Namor in a
Okay,
lot of ways if you think about it. Like, but he is also good a lot of times, or he helps the good people out a lot of times. Whether or not you want to call him a hero or an anti-hero or whatever, he like
maybe a
when
Doctor Doom because got his own nation, mostly used as a villain.
true, I guess. But I mean, especially in recent comics, Black Adam has like he's been fighting on the good side in the last I think this most recent event, was it Dark Crisis, because there's a new crisis
Sure,
going on.
new crisis because they need a new one.
Well, at the beginning of the Dark Crisis event, they just killed off the Justice League. Superman, Batman, all of them. They just killed them all. Like that was the first thing they did, was they're gone. Now you have like the Teen Titans, or the Titans, and the new Superman, the aged up Jonathan Kent, because he went off with his grandfather and then came back as a 16-year-old or something. I did. Comics are weird, Stuart.
DC just doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
They really don't. They don't.
They don't know what to
Uh,
do. Marvel, they've got their shit together
sometimes.
for the most part. DC, Warner Brothers, no, they don't.
Discovery now. Can they save it? I probably. Who knows?
They're gonna fucking ruin HBO. I'm just saying, they're gonna fucking ruin HBO.
See, I'm surprised. Like it was before Discovery, it was AT&T, right? I'm surprised. Like the DC Comics hasn't. Like they just haven't sold off the comics side of it, and just kept the media rights, and just like sold the comics. Because like I don't know, they just don't seem to know what they're doing over there. But Black Adam was it was enjoyable. It was fun. There's a mid-credit scene. There's not an end credit scene, so don't stay till the very very end. Once you
Okay.
see the mid-credit scene, you're good. Um, there's a mid-credit scene that got spoiled like even before I went to see it, and I saw it on Thursday when it premiered. Like because like I think The Rock's going around spoiling it or trying to get people hyped or whatever.
Cool.
I don't know if you've heard anything about it or
Not a
not.
thing.
Okay. There's someone who shows up. That's all I'll say. Um there was some story twists that I, just because I'm not too familiar with Black Adam, and also because it's a adaptation, I wasn't quite sure like where they were going or how they're handling things. You know, that's always the tricky thing with an adaptation. It's like, okay, is this going to end up being, is the actual comic accurate thing going to be a reveal later, or is this just changed because it's an adaptation into a movie, like type of situation? If you're understanding what I mean, like I wasn't quite sure if like at the beginning of the movie, like, okay, this is a thing, but is this just the adaptation, how they're handling Black Adam in a movie versus the comics, or is the actual comic accurate going to be revealed later as a twist type of, like there were some of those things going on. And like I said, also I'm not too familiar with Black Adam as a character. Like I know very basic things of Black Adam as a character.
Yeah.
Um, and like most of it's just been like old school Black Adam, which is just like, like you said, kind of generic anti superhero, like opposite of Shazam,
Uh huh.
like no real personality or anything like that. Like what was that animated movie that had like the different the the it had a few different clips. It had a few different like mini movies in them. I think there was like one where it was like Green Arrow and he was fighting uh uh what's his name? The I forget the character. The John Barrowman played an Arrow. He was fighting him, I think. And then I think there was a am I mixing things up? Hold on.
None of that sounds familiar.
Um, no, that's not it. Uh, I'm looking this up because no, but I look up.
I looked up DC anthology movie, but I got nothing.
Might be there. There was like an anthology thing that might. Hold on. No, I swear I'm not making this up.
Yeah, I
Green.
think you had a dream.
Um, is that what it's called? Hold on. DC Showcase Original Shorts Collection. Yeah, here we go. She has Shazam, Green Arrow, Spectre, Jonah Hex. I knew I wasn't crazy. Well, I knew I wasn't wrong about this. Whether I'm crazy or not, that's to be left up to the debate.
Okay, no, I scrolled down a little bit on the Wikipedia page, and here it is, showcase.
I feel like we talked about this back when it did come out. That was
2010.
2010. Yeah, so easily forgettable. But yeah, it's just Superman, Shazam, the Return of Black Adam, and I remember Black Adam just being kind of like a, I don't know, he just didn't have any personality, or he was just kind of like, I'm the villain, haha, type, like. And that's kind of what, like, that's kind of like old school Black Adam. I feel like was always the, like, feels like he's from, like a black and white serial villain, like, not a lot of layers to him, not like an onion or Shrek. Um, but movie was great. The Rock was good. There was a, he played Black Adam in a way where he was kind of serious at the beginning, and it's not like he, like, became goofy or whatever, but it was, it as the movie kept going, he kind of like softened up a bit. Because he ends up having like kind of a relationship with this little kid, kind of like how Terminator 2, like John Connor and the Terminator, like like the kid teaches him stuff and he uses it, and
Okay,
he like misuses it. Get your mind out of the gutters, Stuart.
the way you worded that was terrible.
That's your interpretation.
The way you worded that was terrible.
There's many relationship ways you can have a relationship. Friendship can be a relationship, but like he teaches them, like, oh, here's a catchphrase, one, and then like Black Adam will like kill someone and then say the catchphrase, and he's like, no, you've got to say it before you kill them. um and there were reports that this had to like go through editing because it was it was originally rated R. Like the rating board like gave this an R rating, and I can see it. This is a violent movie, Stuart. And it's PG-13, and I'm saying it's still pretty violent. Like,
Then why not leave it R?
well, because Hollywood's afraid of R-rated movies not selling, even though there's tons of proof of that being wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's the old white men in charge.
It needs to be sold at Walmart. Damn it.
But I hope they'll come out with like an edition, like, a uncut edition or unrated or director's cut, something to where, because it'd be interesting, because there's special effects were good. There were some points where it was kind of like,
It'll be
like,
in black and white and 4 hours long.
Oh, don't forget 4x3.
Yeah, that too.
But special effects were good. I was really impressed. Like, I didn't expect a lot of the stuff to look as good as it did. There were some parts where I'm like, oh, this looks like a really good video or a video game cutscene. Not, like,
Okay.
it looks really good, but it's not quite like realistic, like like it's not like it's terrible, but it just like it was points where you could tell like, oh, this is CG. Like, regardless of how good it looks, you could still be like, oh, this is CG, because like, oh, the colors are just way too bright for this to be like real for this character, you know, even though it looks really good and stuff like that. I enjoyed it. Last I checked on Rotten Tomatoes, critics were hating it, but audience score was decent. Um,
It's got a 41.
41 critics, 89 audience. So, you know, audience are enjoying it, which I'm like, yeah, that's I mean that's the whole point of this movie. Like it's not the next indie art house, sensation, It's The Rock in a superhero suit killing people. Straight up killing them. Um there was a scene in a kid's bedroom where or in the kid's bedroom where there was kind of like I think it was like a fight going on, and there were just it was kind of just like, oh really, like, because like Black Adam would like shoot lightning or hit things, and it'd be like, oh, lightning through the Superman poster, or oh, punch and miss the bad guy and fist through the Aquaman poster. Like there was they did like almost every like yeah they did a couple too many of those to where I was like, oh really, like once or twice it was kind of funny, but like really. Because The Rock's been promoting Black Adam being like, oh, he's the best, he's the greatest, all this and that. He's can beat Superman because Superman is weak against magic, and Black Adam is magic, and he doesn't have like the Rock's been going on a just a crazy,
I mean, he's not
promoting
wrong.
promoting this and his energy drink, which is currently being sold at the local Dollar Tree. So I wonder how well that's doing.
Great, because so many people go to fucking Dollar Tree. Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've like debated on picking it up just because it's at the Dollar Tree, but I'm just like, what if it's gross? Because like
Then you
there are a
paid a
lot of
dollar
they're
for it.
$1.25 now. Um but because they're cheap energy drinks are nasty. Oh my god, I've tried some like energy drinks that are cheap that I've never, like that I could tell you like, and you'd be like, I've never heard of that brand before, and it's like just not good. So, but the audience 89 is a bit high. Maybe I'd say like 80. I would give it
Okay.
because it was enjoyable. It was fun. Like I had a good time with it. I didn't expect the Justice Society members to be in it as much as they were. Honestly, I thought it was going to be like they were going to show up for a few scenes and it was going to be mostly just The Rock as Black Adam, but they were in it quite a bit. Um God, there's a character like she does like wind powers or whatever, and her like, oh, I forgot to mention The Rock. He has a X-Men Flash scene, or not Flash, a Quicksilver scene. They totally ripped off the Quicksilver like bit
Okay.
with and did, where he's like run like everything's slow motion and he's seeing things and he's changing things and doing stuff, and he takes the grenade that someone's about to throw and he puts it in someone else's mouth and just does all like, you know just, and I'm just like, oh my god, they just totally took the Quicksilver scene, like, or the scenes, I guess, because there's been more than one of them, but like, and just gave it. Okay, well, I mean, power to them, like it's no reason why another superhero with super speed can't be portrayed that way, I guess. But it was fun, enjoyable. Like I I if you're looking for something to see and you just want a good action movie with some hints of comedy, like I'd check this out. They connected this to like there's a lot of connections to the rest of the DCEU, which I don't know if it's dead or not. Like, who knows?
That's
Who
hard to
knows?
tell.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not.
because there's rumors that Henry Cavill is coming back as Superman for a Man of Steel 2. I don't know if you've seen the
I
rumors
have
for
heard those
that.
heard those rumors.
Yeah, and like we're still supposed to get like more stuff. Like there's a Peacekeeper 2, there's season 2 coming out, or Peacemaker, Peacekeeper. I forget which one it is, but there's a season 2 of that coming out, which that's connected to that, and then there's other stuff that may or may not. It's just like we said before, DC. We were talking about the comics being a mess, but just DC in general
Oh no,
is just a
I was
mess.
talking about DC in general being a fucking mess.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I I'd say this is one of the top DC movies since they started. With like Man of Steel, with that universe. Like
Definitely better than Shazam, which has been the best DC movie.
I I put it on par. Yeah.
Okay.
With Shazam, which I would probably say is the best. It was the best. I enjoyed it. Boy, I don't know. I kind of weary about the sequel to Shazam, the second one.
A little
The
bit,
more and
yeah.
more I see of it, I'm kind of just like, oh,
It's definitely going for like the Marvel family vibe.
yeah, for sure. And it's just like, how many more of them are they gonna do? Because like the little kid is not a little kid. He wasn't a little kid in the first one. He was like 15, 14. Like,
Yeah. He's not 10-year-old Billy Batson. Nope.
no, not at all. Um, so that'll be interesting. Um, lot and also in Black Adam there was a lot of differences and stuff like that. They didn't like keep it separate or any to try to keep it separate from Shazam or anything. No, like they had the same dude, the same wizard dude who gave him his powers, and Shazam was he appeared in the beginning, like the origin, whatever for Black Adam and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. Which I don't think that's a spoiler. That actor was in this, the wizard,
I
whatever. But
probably not.
um, I feel like I've done a pretty good job of avoiding the big stuff. Like I would love to talk about some of the stuff in this, but like it'd be spoilers. But it's good. I can't wait for this to be on like HBO Max because you'll see it then,
Yes, I
right?
will. Yes.
Yeah, because I don't blame you not to see it like now. Like there's not a huge rush. I would say, only if you're like actually looking for something to go and watch. This I would say this wouldn't be a bad thing, but don't like go out of your way to see it. Um Next I got, cuz you literally have nothing you said.
I got
Um
nothing.
um Probably have some animes that I just forgot about, but one I do have because you graciously hooked me up with Netflix,
Uh-huh.
and because of that I watched Cyberpunk.
Oh, you did. Okay, cool.
I watched all of it
You
because
watched
I mean, it's 10 episodes, but they were like 20 minutes each.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, oh, I can watch this and like, not have to like, I could watch this while I'm doing something else and not like fully watch it.
I can't do that. I can't watch shit like that. If I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, I mostly watched it. It was just like, I was looking at a few emails here and there while watching it, but type of thing. It wasn't like I was completely just, it wasn't like I was listening to it. It was just, but it's a weird show. Like,
And it's so faithful to the universe that that's the game is also in.
is that the way the game works? Because, like, the crazy shit that was happening in this show, I'm kind of like,
Yeah. Everything
it's
everything they do in the anime, you can do in the game.
weird.
Yeah.
Because the game, like, it has a realistic look to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I was just I was just watching and seeing certain things, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this, how can this look
well,
realistic?
like the sand devastator that David has, it just slows down time. That's all it does in the game.
Well, yeah, that's one of the less ridiculous things,
But
I feel like.
trying to think of all the other things.
Well, I mean, like the chest opening up, and there's a gun that pops out and shoots people. Like, that's kind of seems kind of weird if it, like, to see something like that in a realistic looking way.
Okay,
like,
that's not. I've not seen that in the game. But like
or
all of
like
the main
the arm turning into like a cannon.
yes,
Like,
that is in the game.
like what's his name, Cyborg, Booyah style. Like,
It's different in the game. It's more like a cannon just kind of comes out of your arm instead of your arm turns into a cannon. It just comes out of your arm.
So there are counterparts, but they're not necessarily as as ridiculously
Yes.
executed.
Yeah. This is also fucking Trigger, so they've also got their own style that they're going to do.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I'm just watching some of this and I'm like, maybe this is maybe this is like more the game or more of the tabletop role playing game aspect of things than like the
yes,
actual video game, since the video game's portrayed in a realistic style.
yes, but at the same time, no. Like the I said definitely there's definitely some what are called Borgs. The crap, forget the name. Starts MAL Mal something. I forget the name of that damn. But like they were definitely shown all over the place. But like they definitely have like they're missing eyes. Like their eyes are like replaced with like cybernetic parts and like just fully decked out in cybernetics. They're definitely in the game.
Yeah.
Although walking down the street you don't see people with shit on their junk. That's not in the game.
Oh yeah. The voice acting for the most part was really good. I feel like Giancarlo Esposito, he was not. I feel like he wasn't that great in this.
He was also barely in it.
He was in it enough to where I'm like, you're so good. Why?
Yeah.
Like, it just, I don't know. It sounded like him, but it sounded like he was trying to be something different, but not really succeeding. Just succeeding enough to where it sounded weird. Like, I don't know. It just it his performance I just felt was bad in this, which I hate to say because I love him as an actor. Like, he's so good, but just like maybe this was just like it's a easy paycheck for him. I'll just go into a booth and, you know, give a little effort but not too much or some I don't know, but yeah, I did not like his performance in this, but like, watching be like, "Oh, that's Matt Mercer."
Honestly, I didn't pick up Matt's until like the very end, like the last episode. I'm like, oh wait, that's Matt Mercer. Oh wait, I know that voice.
Yeah, I think that's where I picked it up too. Was towards the either the second to last or the last, yeah. And I looked and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay, interesting." Yeah, because I think it was when I was looked away for a minute and was just watching, or I was looking at checking something real quick, like trying to check on the site because our site went down and I had to do stuff, so I was going back and forth. I think when I like took my eyes off the screen and I was just hearing his voice, I think that's when it clicked. I'm like, oh, that's Matt Mercer. I know that voice. That's very much what's the McCree from Overwatch? That was basically.
Cassidy. Now it's Cassidy.
Is it Cassidy?
Yeah, because
Did
McCree was literally it was the name of one of the dudes at Blizzard that he did shit that he should be fucking arrested for, but he fucking skipped the damn country.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks that was associated with that. Oh,
Yep.
but yeah,
But they also changed his name super damn quick.
yeah, that sucks. I'm still gonna say It's gonna take me a while. I'm gonna still think McCree for a little bit, but
Think Butch Cassidy now.
it's still gonna take a while. Like when you're writing the date down in January, and still
Yeah.
do the previous year. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit, but yeah, that was pretty much that voice. Like,
Yes, it was. It's same because Falco is definitely you know that Southern cowboy.
um, this was depressing at the end too. What the fuck, Stuart?
Oh yeah.
Like, you didn't warn me that.
No, I didn't.
Like,
No, I didn't. I was like, oh no, it gets fucking sad at the end. No.
I was genuinely upset by the ending. Like,
Yeah, and that's actually the reason why Ace was like, somebody watch it so I can talk to them and unload about that damn ending and how fucking sad it is.
like, I guess spoilers if you haven't spoilers for the next like 10 seconds, but like almost everybody dies. Like,
Yes. Yeah,
like
and
who was it? Like when Rebecca, like she just died. It just came out of nowhere. Like,
and you know what? This it takes place a year before the game does. If you go to that location where Rebecca died, her shotgun is there.
oh, that's pretty cool.
And it's like the best shotgun in the game. It's super overpowered, and it has like such like you fire it once and you're staring at the ceiling because it has such a huge kick on it.
Yeah, just like I was just like,
I'm like,
oh,
yeah.
almost everyone's dead, and then it's like, okay, there's only like what, like 3 or 4 people left, and then it's like, oh no, now she's dead out of nowhere. The bad guy just like Mario stomps her, like,
Yeah, and that's Adam Smasher,
yeah.
and
I was
that's
just like, oh,
and I saw so many like TikToks of like now I've really got to go back into Cyberpunk and kick Atom Smasher's ass again, because I really want to now.
Yeah, it was it was really weird. Like, I don't partake in like illegal or any substances that or provide hallucinogenic effects or anything like that, whether it's legal or not. But like, I feel like this could be either a very good thing to watch on it or very bad, depending on how you react to those type of things. Because there's a
Sure,
lot of trippy shit in this,
sure.
like
Uh,
just stuff. I was just like, oh, wow, this is really extreme and over the top. Um,
and in the game now, I kind of right when this came out, there was a Edgerunners update to the game, and that's where it added the shotgun at that at Corpo Plaza. But also, if you go to David's house, there is that that symbol that was on the back of his jacket on the wall, and
ah,
there is a uh, brain dance in the trash can. It is the opening scene of the anime
that's interesting.
of Max Tech taking down the dude that was going crazy. It is
I feel like.
that whole
Oh,
scene,
go ahead.
and
Yeah.
you can then get and then you get an text message from Falco, and you get David's jacket.
That's cool that they have that all tied in. I feel like the stuff with David towards the end, all that stuff happened really quick. Like they spend a whole lot of time, like, you know, him learning the ropes, all this and that gradually, and then it's just like, oh, once was it Maine? Once he died, and then
Yeah,
David took charge real quickly and it became the ball and every. I felt like that all was rushed. It felt rushed
kinda.
a bit.
Yeah, like there was
Like there
definitely
could have been a
a
couple more episodes where they could have
probably
elaborated and shown if budget allowed,
it,
probably, you know.
yeah. And I just saw an article today saying that CD Projekt Red says they're not planning on a season 2, which that sucks. Cuz like you could definitely, maybe not continue that story, but have a whole new story.
Oh yeah, like, could be like an anthology where it's like different character every season or a different person in the world. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But at least there was something, like how many of these games that we want them to make because like cutscenes look so good. Like, was it Apex Legends just came out with some videos for the new season slash new character. Like there was like a 4 to 4.5 minute video showing off this one of the new characters and or the new character, and it's just like gorgeous looking and amazing. It's like, just make a show already. Same with, we were talking about Overwatch. Same with that. Like,
Right. Which
these characters have personality and the animation or the art, it looks great. Would make such a good, animated show.
I mean, CD Projekt Red has said that they're planning on more like cyberpunk media, not just games, but they came out with the anime. There's a there's a book coming out that they've announced they've got planned. Um,
I wouldn't be shocked if there's a live action movie in the works.
a, a, I can see definitely a comic series. But
Oh, is there not a comic?
not an official one.
Huh. It just seems like something that
I
would have a
mean,
comic.
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Oh, Cyberpunk 2077 Dark Horse Digital Comics.
Okay, they got it. They got a comic then.
Oh, there's a few. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, like I said, it just feels like it would be a comic
Sure.
before, like, it
Um,
became a show, you know?
and I was looking through my files earlier this week, and I was like, "There's a goddamn short story." I didn't know I had a short story. It was hidden in my Steam files.
Oh, interesting.
There's a short story and the rule book for the original Cyberpunk game.
Oh, it's like a uh, digital bonus or
Yeah.
something? Like, oh, that's funny.
But I had no idea I had this. Not a clue. I don't think many people know they have it.
Weird. Yeah. Yeah, you said it's the same studio who did like Kill la Kill and
Yes.
yeah, because it's got that's the definitely that art style. Like it did reminds me of that. Yeah, for sure. It took a little bit to get used to because I'm not like I don't love that type of that art style.
Yeah.
That's not my favorite, but I enjoyed it. I got it. I watched it all. I actually wasn't planning on watching it all. I actually was like I was gonna stop and try to watch something else, and then I noticed like, oh, I only have one episode left. Well, I might as well watch that. So I might as well watch it. So we can discuss all
I
of
mean
it.
that's kind of why I was like I was planning on starting the show, but I didn't finish. I didn't plan on finishing the show when I sat down.
Yeah. Did you watch it all in one sitting?
I did.
Oh, see, I started it like last night ish, and then I like finished today. So like it was broken up by me sleeping, pretty much. But
I watched it
yeah,
after D&D. I was like, I didn't plan on finishing this, but I did.
I watched it within 24 hours. I'll say so. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It had some complaints. God, that ending though, that ending was brutal.
And
Um,
it's really kind of because like watching that, because like every single one of like those locations, you're like, I know that spot. I've been to that spot. Oh, they're at this diner. I've been to that diner. Fuck it. I've been to that fucking diner.
oh, that's cool.
Because and
So
people have definitely have gone on through and like, okay, this the spot where David saw Lucy. Like it's exactly like it is in the show. Like they made it exactly like it was in the game.
it's cool. So like, yeah, maybe they don't plan on just another one because like maybe it took like a lot of research and a lot of effort to make this one because there was so much detail put into it, and who knows, but it was good. Like
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
the next thing I watched, it's also on Netflix. I was the last person I've in the world not to see this. Um, I started Stranger Things.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna
I
say, I
was
was like,
literally like
you
the
you
last
you
person in the world.
you asked me for like what should I watch on Netflix? I was tempted to type everything, but I'm like, okay, no. I'm
Well,
just
I
gonna
asked
say
if there's anything you wanted me to watch
Sandman and
specifically.
Cyberpunk.
Like,
Those are the two things I
yeah.
think you should watch now, but eventually just watch all of Netflix.
Well, yeah, I plan on watching I have a list, but I was just like, I was asking, is there anything you wanted like me to watch specifically so we could talk about like right away, type of thing.
Well, yeah. Also, I knew you wouldn't finish uh, Stranger Things soon. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
what do you?
I watched
So
the first season.
okay,
I've gotten through the first season. I'm on like the first or second, no, second episode of the second season. So like I watched a bunch like that night or whatever, and then I think then a couple episodes the next day, and then I was like, okay, Cyberpunk now.
okay.
But because the first season is, I don't know if they're all that the same length, but the first season was kind of short, right?
I honestly don't remember the like. Let's see, how long was it?
Feel like it was super long. Boy, I did not. I knew nothing about Stranger Things going in, basically.
Okay, 8, 9, 8, 9. Okay.
Okay, so they're all kind of okay. So
Yeah. So was it what you thought it was?
I don't know, not at all. I mean, I really didn't know anything about it. It just from looking from the outside, it just had very spooky, scary vibes, you know. And like, yeah, there are scary, spooky moments, but it's not. It doesn't feel as, at least the first season, anyways, doesn't seem as like horror, you know,
No, it's
horror vibes.
that's kind of the vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea going into this what to really expect. All I knew was like everyone I know has watched this, and I'm literally like the only person I think I know who hasn't. Um, that and I like Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes,
Which
and this is what gave us all Millie Bobby Brown.
yeah, which that second Enola Holmes comes out soon, right?
Yes, I think so.
I'm excited about that. But yeah, it it's enjoy. It was pretty enjoyable.
Okay, so because Stranger Things just kind of blends in, and I'm not sure where what happens in each particular season. This like
it
Will was
the
basically gone this whole season, right?
he was gone, and then was Barbara, the one chick, disappeared as well,
Okay.
and it was the Demigorgon was like the villain or the baddie.
Right.
And but good lord, Millie Bobby Brown does she is amazing in this for not really saying a lot. You know,
Yes. Absolutely.
it's just yeah, just which that's one of the most impressive things is like when you're able to, because I mean I feel like people may think, oh, that they don't have any lines, so it must be easy for them, but they've got to like still pretend, they still have to act like they're the character, you know, have the same motivation and, you know, feelings and thoughts, and how would I react, you know, as how would this character react to this situation, and they can't really say words, you know, it kind of limits them
Yes.
more than anything. So was very impressed with that. This the second, I think probably the second thing I've seen David Harbour do.
Yes.
because the first time I saw him was as Red Guardian in,
Uh huh.
in Black Widow, and so he's pretty good. He's good in this. I like him. Most of the characters are pretty good. I feel like they're all, you know, they're all pretty good, except for, like the bullies, or the characters you're not supposed to like.
Sure.
Even what's his name? Steve? Is that his name?
Yeah. Well,
Even
I,
he kind of
I,
has a
I,
redemption.
I was gonna say Steve. You know, he starts as a bully, but then he becomes uh you end up liking Steve later.
I mean, he's kind of like a bully by association, where he's like not intentionally, I feel like, and then he realizes, oh yeah, this isn't right, and then he
Yeah.
changes. Yeah. So yeah, he even has, like I said, he has kind of a redemption thing going. Um, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Of course, love Winona Ryder. Who doesn't?
Absolutely. She's fantastic.
She's so good. Um, and the whole, like, it's her with the lights
Yes.
and making the letters with the lights and speaking to it's all so good. Such a good scene. Like,
See, and I think it's season 2 that Sean Astin
yeah, I was about to
joins the
say her
cast.
with Sam Wise. No,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. Like, uh, kind of. Every time I see Sean Astin, I just, oh, that's Sam. Like, Mr. Frodo. That's like instantly.
It's the kid
I just,
from Goonies all grown up.
yeah, I just don't. My first thought is him, and as from Lord of the Rings. Like, such a God. I love those movies so much, though. So that's God. It's about that time I do a rewatch of them. Now that I think of it, but do I have 600 hours to watch the special editions, extended crate? No.
Okay, to be fair, it's 60.
They're worth it, though. I'm glad I have the
Absolutely they are.
extended editions of them. Yeah, like I said, most of the characters are pretty good. Um, was it Max is introduced in this? I don't know if
Oh,
she
in season
becomes a
2?
main character.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I think I'm on like the second episode of season 2, so like not a whole lot has happened, but Will is starting to have like freak out visions or
Uh-huh.
whatever they are. Um I think, yeah, and what's his name? The I haven't I forget, but the one kid found the like creature in his trash can. The name I'm looking. Um,
Oh, you're talking about
was it Dustin?
Dustin, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He had just found that. I think that's where I stopped. Was he found the little creature, uh, Dartalion or Dart? He named him
Right. Yes.
because of Three Musketeers, the candy bar. Um, I I I I I'm kind of I don't know. I'm kind of hopeful in the new Death Note that they're gonna make? Because it's the creators of this, right?
Yes.
Working on it.
Yes.
Which I sent you like they got a writer for it now, and I was like, holy shit, the Willem Dafoe one was 2017. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Like, if you would have asked me when the Death Note movie came out, I would have been like, that was like 2020, right? Like
Oh,
2019, like latest. Like, it just doesn't feel like over 5 years ago, you know? Yeah. I don't know if it's just like we're getting older and time feels weird, or if it also, because we also had like
well,
the pandemic that
yeah,
happened that
we
messed a
had the
lot of
year that
shit.
that
Like,
never was, so that definitely doesn't help.
yeah, like it's a combination of all that. So yeah, but there's 4 seasons, right? Of this.
Yes.
It's okay. Cool. Is that it, or are they making more?
Oh no,
I don't
there.
know.
Yes, it ended on a cliffhanger too fucking big to end it there.
Oh, okay, yeah, season 5. It's on. IMDb has a season 5 listed. Okay, so yeah, it's just how many episodes. That's it. Like, there's no, but yeah, it's a fun show. I like the kids. They're they all have different, you know. Oh, what's this? Demigorgon actual stats. Okay.
I just linked you like what the stat block looks like. Yeah, just take a look at the health,
Oh,
the armor class, the speed.
yeah, but you know, or L or 11 or L, whatever you want to call her, she fucked that shit up. Like,
Now, it wasn't. No, this isn't the actual like that's in Stranger Things. This is just
oh
what they.
yeah, yeah,
This is what they
that's what they
named it
called
after.
them.
This is
Yeah,
this is what it's. This is what they're named after.
yeah, I
Which,
knew that wasn't a Demigorgon. Yeah,
by the way,
like,
like the actual Demogorgon in D&D is like that's fucking that's a boss. That is the boss at the end of a campaign.
yeah, this is like tougher than a dragon. I feel
Oh
like.
yeah, no. Let me see. An ancient dragon. Um,
Because 22 armor class,
it's
that
on.
is crazy.
It's actually because like it's got it's CR is 26. Ancient dragons typically fall into 24, 22s.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, yeah,
So expect 2 of these to fight us next session. Gotcha.
indeed. They're waiting in Strahd's castle. They're his pets.
But yeah, Stranger Things is it's nah, literally I had no idea anything about it going in, which is kind of rare, I guess. Like,
A little bit.
so enjoying it. It's good. I'm gonna 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 take my time getting through it. Like, I'll probably try to finish season 2 up soon, and then I'll start watching some other things and try to like spread it out a little, you know, because there's no rush. Like, it's not like I'm gonna be spoiled if I haven't already, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. If you've not been spoiled by at this point, you're good.
I mean, my superpower is I'm able to
You're
miss
somehow able to
things.
avoid things, yes,
Yeah,
that are popular on the
like,
internet.
without even trying. Like,
Yeah, and you probably have yet to even hear the corn song, right?
Well, I know about the corn song.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
it's kind of
at this point is actually old.
yeah. Is it old or like
Not people are. I've not seen it a lot lately.
okay? Because I remember seeing something about like hearing about that or whatever like a month ago,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
maybe.
No.
Yeah,
That's about right.
like I don't really know what it is or where it's from, but I know it's a thing.
It's an interview with a kid who loved corn. That that the same guy who has remixed all the popular like interview songs you've ever heard throughout the years before, before even YouTube. Same guy.
Oh, is it the dude who did the hide your kids, hide your wife?
Yes, it is literally
Oh,
the
I
same
love
guy.
that.
It is literally
I
the
love
same
that.
guy who did that one.
Oh, so good. Um, yeah, I think I've seen like I've seen stuff on TikTok about it.
Okay.
Typical things. Typical. TikTok gets a hold of a meme and beats it to death.
Yep. Yeah, it's about right.
Yeah. See, I'll see a lot of stuff like that. And I'll know of things, but I won't know the actual origin of like where they
Oh
come
no, oh
from.
yeah. Like there's tons of things like there's a sound that I hear a lot lately. It's some kind of groan, like mechanical groaning sound. I have no idea what it's from. Not a clue.
Interesting.
Like it sounds mechanical, but it also could be a fucking snore. It's like "Meow." It sounds just like that. But I have no idea what's fucking from, and people are making jokes about it all the fucking time. I don't know what it's about. I don't get it.
Okay, yeah. Last episode was 3 of season 2. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what else have you been watching or reading,
Have,
listening to?
let's see. Hold on. Let me go to anything on here that I recently watched. I think that might be it. I'm looking real quick.
I've actually got something to add to something you brought last week.
Oh,
I
okay.
finished Act 1 of Sandman, the audiobook.
Oh, wow. Okay. You
I
passed me.
I had 2 lucky days where I was able to just sit down and draw. So I was able on those days I can actually just put in headphones and ignore the office. Um but I got through them, and it practically ends where season 1 of the Netflix show ends.
Oh, okay.
I think there's like an extra story at the end. No, yeah, there is. There's an extra story at the end, but it pretty much ends right where the Netflix show does.
It's a really good production, isn't it?
It's really good. I'm listening. I'm like, that's not I can't hear Cyclops in that voice. Cannot. I can't hear it.
Cyclops.
Um, am I thinking
Is
of the right
James
person?
Marsden in it? James McAvoy is. Professor X, or
I meant I can't hear um, Professor Xavier. That was the joke I was trying to
yeah,
make. But
okay, yeah. Hey,
that was
for all I know, he could be in it too. That's why I was
that was the
asking.
joke
Like,
I was trying to make. But it came out the wrong X-Men.
hey, it's another James. So yeah,
Yeah. Um,
the
definitely
James and the Chris's all get mixed up. Um,
there were definitely some that I reckon. Okay. Also, Lucifer did not recognize Michael Sheen's voice. Also, he didn't really talk a whole lot.
really?
He didn't talk a whole
Okay,
lot. So I'm like, uh,
yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to. I found the cast list so easy last time. Um, Kat Denning. You can't ignore her voice. Her voice was like can't ignore that one.
Yeah, I heard she was great in it. Like, I haven't gotten there yet, but
She was just as good as the person who plays that character on Netflix.
that's good to hear. I like Kat Dennings. I'm a fan.
Um, see what was another voice that stuck out to me? Oh, Arthur Darvill. Cannot miss his voice either.
Mm,
Um, um, shit. Um, Amy's
I'm
husband,
trying to find.
Doctor Who.
Uh,
Um, oh my god, I'm blanking on his character name.
oh yeah.
Why am I blanking on his character? Rory Pond. His voice was, that definitely jumped out at me.
Uh, yeah.
That's a story that takes place kind of towards the end. So if you've not finished it, you probably haven't heard it.
Wait, that is Arthur Darville though. Rory.
Yes,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of Rory's name.
Oh, okay. The way you were talking, you made it seem like you were talking Arthur Darville up, and then it sounded like you were talking about a different
No, I was
character
like
actor. Okay.
Amy's husband, Doctor Who. I can't think of his name.
Oh, okay. You were thinking of okay. Yeah. What you think? Eggsy. That's John Constantine.
Couldn't have said that's who that
Couldn't
was.
couldn't have tell. Yeah,
Couldn't have
he
said
did a
that's who
good
that
job.
was.
I feel like yeah. I but I think I felt like he was a pretty good Constantine though. Like, but yeah, I wouldn't have known unless you know if I hadn't looked at it.
I will say this:
Um,
the guy Riz Ahmed, who plays the Corinthian, chose kind of to do the exact same thing with him that the guy who plays the Corinthian in Netflix does. Like it's the same fucking character. Like there was
okay.
no difference between how they played those two characters. How far are you in it?
Oh God. The just finished the was or I think when I ended uh Morpheus had just like walked into the diner. Dr. Destiny
Okay.
had his way with for
That
24
episode
hours.
in
Oh my
both the
god.
audiobook and the Netflix show was so fucking disturbing.
It was pretty bad. Like it was pretty
Like
pretty
it
disturbing. Like,
was
oh my
it's
god.
different in the Netflix show, but some of that though is the same. Like it's
I imagine it's tamer in the show.
no,
Really? Oh
not
my
really.
god. Wow.
Like
Like,
they don't go through the moods that he makes them go through in the audiobook. But like a lot of the stuff still happens though. Um
like him naked and them all singing to
yeah, that
him
didn't
and
happen.
like
That didn't happen.
that was really weird.
That didn't
Like,
happen. But I mean, they all fucked each other. Like that was definitely a thing. They
oh yeah, yeah.
self mutilated themselves. Um, like it's like there, and there was two characters that actually are different. They're different. They're written differently in the show, but they play the same role. Like the two, like the married couple.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. Yeah. Okay. In the Netflix show, they're not as in love. In fact, like it seems like it's kind of a like he kind of hates the relationship.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
you know
I get that.
they're
I
not
can see that.
as lovey dovey as they are made out to be in the audiobook. Um,
It was kind of a like a 180 because like they started with like the waitress and like her backstory and how she's actually a writer and like giving her this personality and character and going all, and then it's just like crazy chaos in the diner. Like I'm
yeah,
just like,
but
oh,
at the same
what?
time, like a lot of those characters get like fleshed out a little bit more in
Yeah.
the Netflix show, because like that is a full episode of the Netflix show.
God, I can't imagine. Like, I can't imagine that. Like, visual. Like, actually, like,
It's
just imagining it from the audiobook is just wow.
it's just as disturbing.
Yeah, when I was listening, I'm like, Neil Gaiman's fucked up, isn't he? Like, wow.
A little bit.
Like, it's some of the craziest shit I've ever like read slash heard. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, and also like from the Netflix thing, like a lot of the DC connections are not there.
I imagine. Yeah,
Like
I
John
that
D
figures.
was in some kind of prison like thing, but was not in Arkham. Like that was not Arkham that he was in.
No Constantine or Martian Manhunter.
I mean, there's Joanna Constantine.
Yeah.
Like, yes, and in fact, you get kind of like more of like a a Constantine like story from her point of view, but it's like, and it kind of makes you want to go, okay, I want a new Constantine show with Joanna Coleman as Joanna Constantine. Let's make that happen.
Yeah. I love in the book, like Morpheus is like, oh, it's just a normal human. Right
Yeah, I
before
was like,
he
no, you're really not.
he's
You're really
not.
not a normal human. Yeah, and I will say, like, what was done in the audiobook, a little bit more disturbing than it is in the Netflix show. Like that whole thing with like many people in that house. No, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah. I'm interested how the his battle against that demon is like live action, because it was kind of cool and kind of interesting in
Do
the
you?
audiobook.
It's different. Like what was said, word for word, in the Netflix show. What was said,
Oh
word
yeah.
for word, but it is different.
Yeah. I'm just curious. Like, I don't want you to spoil it, but
I'm
I'm
not.
just
I'm not
curious how
gonna.
it's like interpreted in a live action. You know, because it could be done. I can imagine it being pretty cool. Like,
It was weird. Like, cause like it just kind of came out. I was like, the fuck are they doing?
I kind of like in the audiobook, kind of pictured like something from like Harry Potter, where like like they make something, and then like the next thing like destroys it, or
I
like
mean, yeah, that's
it's
kind of
kind of, yeah, the vibe I got from
that's
it.
kind of it.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited to so I can watch the show once I get through Act One. Okay.
Yeah. Um. Actually, we see. The last episode, is not on Netflix.
Oh, last episode of the Act One. Okay.
I'm trying to see. Yep, that's okay. No, the last two episodes. So once you get to episode 18, which
I mean, I'll just finish Act One. Like,
that episode is it's even different in the Netflix show. Like it's not like I don't want to spoil that one. How that was done. Cuz like it's not different from the audiobook, but it's different from the rest of the damn show.
yeah, it's crazy how there's like the two like adaptations of the same like story, but they're both like different and enjoyable in their own way.
Yes.
It's pretty impressive, to be honest, that that's capable and coming out in the same year, even like.
See, well, like the audiobook, I think that came out like in 2020. So yeah, it came out in 2020.
Oh, this
Yeah,
did. Oh, okay.
no,
I
like
thought this came out recently.
Act 3 came out this year. Act 2 came out last year. So I'm expecting Act
Okay.
4 next year. If there is an Act 4, I don't know if that's the whole story.
Okay, interesting.
But it's still like at the same, around the same time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Like, I didn't even know, like, when I picked up Act One and Two, I didn't even know because I picked up before three had come out. So when you had mentioned three when we talked about it last time, I'm like, oh, that's cool. There's even more. Because was it Act One is already like 11 hours itself. So, and then the next one's like
Thir-
13 or
13,
14,
almost
something. Yeah,
14.
yeah. So it's enjoyable. I'm definitely glad I'm listening to it, and like that's just the product. I wonder how much this cost. Like, because they got so many big named people
Yeah. It's it's like it's if like graphic audio had a budget.
for real. Like, yeah, that's exactly it.
Like these are graphic audios, but with a budget.
Yeah, and a Hollywood cast, like not not just some random voice actor, you know, like
Yeah.
like you said, we got Professor X, you know, it's like Kat Dennings, Michael Sheen, like Andy Circus. Although he's willing to do like he does everything. Like I'm not as surprised by him. He does
His
so many
character
things.
is in the Netflix show a lot. I think he says a line in the audiobook.
Really?
Yes. He has a line shows up
Wow.
once. Oh no. I take that back. No, he shows up a couple times, but is in it not even a fraction of the time he's in the
Oh
he's in the
wow. And he's one of the listed like one of the big listed people in the audiobook, like
yeah.
as far as cast. So maybe they're just showing him off because he's going to be in his characters will be in the others more. I don't know.
I think so. Cause like
Because if so, that's a waste. It's a waste of Andy Circus.
well the character that Andy Serkis plays is voiced by Patton Oswalt in the Netflix show.
Oh, okay.
It's the same character.
And you
And,
had an issue with that in the
just the fact that
show.
he took me out, he took me out of it because it's Patton Oswalt.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, hopefully we get more. I do want to listen eventually listen to what is it The Hobbit that Andy Serkis recently did the voice for or did the narration for? Let's see.
There is a dramatization of The Hobbit. This is probably not it.
Is it-
That's 4 hours long. That's
Here we
not it.
go. 10 hours 25 minutes The Hobbit by narrated by Andy Serkis. Yeah. This was in 2020, I think.
Yes.
So recently. Yeah. Yeah. I eventually I want to listen to through that just because I feel like Andy Serkis narrating The Hobbit. Why not? Like
He also
that, and
did
I haven't read The Hobbit
Return
since
of the
high school.
King and the Two Towers.
Interesting, but not The Fellowship.
Okay, no. Okay, there it is. I found it. No, he did the Fellowship as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know. Wow.
Yeah, those actually came out last year. All three of those came out last year.
I mean, I guess during COVID, like, was a good time to be able to do stuff like this, right? Like
Sure. Yep.
when you couldn't actually act, you could just read. Yeah.
I found something
Hey, if
interesting the other day. That's they there's audiobooks of light novels, like Japanese light novels. There's audiobooks on Audible in English.
oh yeah, I know there's audiobooks of not similar to this, but audiobooks of Shield Hero. There's 3 of them.
Yeah, I found like on Audible. So I became a spider. So what? There's three
Oh wow.
volumes on Audible. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Because I was looking into picking up the manga on comicsology, and I saw the light novels and Audible was one of the options to buy. Like the fuck?
That's crazy. Yeah, I saw the Shield Hero and some others. I can't remember what, but on that like Hoopla app that you can connect like your
Mm,
local library with.
right. Uh huh.
I saw those and was like on there and was like, oh, huh, I'm gonna add this and to my favorites or my watch list or favorites, whatever it's called, and check this out sometime in the future because why not? Seems interesting. But yeah, I didn't know that's definitely not advertised well.
Not at all.
Because I would have been. I wonder what all there are now. I need to do some research.
Yeah, like what
If
light
there's,
novels are audiobooks? That's
because yeah, the spider one, I would not expect that to be in English. Like,
nope.
unless it's very recent.
It is. It is though.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
like see, volume 4, I think, is the latest one. Um,
Like after the show, its popularity, I would but probably this was before, or at least it started before, maybe.
4, I want to say came out like in the last couple. Came out beginning of. Oh no, it's coming out in January,
Okay.
and volume 1 came out in May of this year.
Okay, so what? Wait, that was after the show, right? Yeah.
I want to say it might have been around the show manga.
Unless they,
Uh,
I don't know, unless they expected it to
it
be
was
such a hit.
after. It was definitely after,
Okay.
because that was
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been since. I mean, I don't. I mean, we're not even guaranteed on a season 2, so I don't think like people are pining for. So I'm a spider. So what? Audiobooks.
It's just, who knows? Like, that is shocking. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I would be shocked if this came out before the show, you know?
Yes,
That's why I was asking, because that, yeah. Huh. Audience reception on that was really positive, right? Like,
I
people
think
loved it.
so. I really liked it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. It was weird, though. Some of the 3D stuff, but it was good. I would watch a season 2 though. But yeah, that just makes me think, what all other audiobooks are there?
I'm gonna send you a link to one that
Oh boy.
yeah, just look at the art of that one. Just that's all I guess. That's it. It's just that cover.
Wow. Like the name, you could say the name and not
Monster Girl
think,
Defense Force,
yeah,
but
like
its cover.
no, yeah,
No,
I would not expect that from that name. Like,
no, nope.
I could see maybe a cutesy magical girl esque, like, you know, Power Ranger Monster Squad type thing, but no, that's not. Mm-mm. That's just wow. All right. Rise of the
I'm
there's
seeing
a new
Rise of the
one.
Shield Hero.
Rise of the Cheat Potion Maker, Book 1. Whatever that is.
Overlord. Cool. There's an Overlord audiobook.
Oh wow.
Why is this? Yeah.
Did you
This.
find another one?
Why? I'm just finding out that light novels have a bunch of audiobooks.
Yeah. I was pretty shocked when I saw the Shield Hero one, and that there was 3 of them. I was like, "Oh, huh. I didn't know this was a thing."
Spice and Wolf. That's interesting. And that came
That's
out this
a
year.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's an older anime, right?
Yeah.
But it's very beloved. So
That one definitely is very, very beloved.
I have yet to watch it still. I need to.
I really enjoy it. Sword Art Online audiobooks.
That makes sense.
Again,
Oh,
this year. And hold on. I think
here you
that's
go.
it's even
Here
voiced
you go.
by the actors. It's voiced
Uh,
it's Bryce Pembroke and Jeremy Lee, because that Jeremy Lee is definitely the voice of what's her name? It's been awesome since I've seen yeah, Kira Ito and Asuna. That's it's narrated by them.
here's one for you, Stuart. 2019, Book 5, The Saga of Tanya the Evil. Book 5
Book
that came out
5,
in 2019.
which
Like, so there's 4 others at least.
yep.
What even?
Oh no, yep, there it
This
is right
feels
there.
like we.
I
It
just
feels like
found
we've like
volume 1.
come across another dimension of like content,
We have.
like another universe where instead of anime they were like audiobooks, like what even is all this? Like,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just we didn't know this existed, and we have fallen down a hole.
Yeah. I guess we can wrap things up since we're just looking at like different ones being
Yeah.
amazed. And but yeah, be sure to follow us on Twitter. Stuart's at Casual Terror. I am at will play games _ we tweet out whenever we're doing anything. So just that's the best way to really keep up to date on if we go live on Twitch or anything like that. Stuart streams more than I do, but once things start to settle down for me and get, because I didn't even go into all the, I've had more internet issues and stuff like that Stuart knows. But
Yeah.
once that gets all resolved, I'll definitely be streaming more, and I've got some ideas on stuff I want to do. So, but yeah, we will catch you
Extra.
next time.
Hold on.
Oh,
Extra Life is in 2 weeks from today, as of this recording. I got a little counter down at the bottom, right here.
oh yeah,
There.
the 5th.
13 days. 13 more days until Extra Life, and I will be streaming Extra Life again this year. And leading up to then, I'll be streaming the games I plan on playing during the stream, to kind of, because I've had some weird OBS issues of graphic intensive games just freezing on me, just not crashing OBS, not giving me an error, just freezing. So I'll be doing some tests beforehand, and I will be streaming some games like Modern Warfare 2, Persona 5. Pull up my list of games I'm gonna be playing. Apex.
I'll jump in for that.
Yeah. Be playing some little bit more graphic intensive stuff. So to test out my OBS. So
Cool. Yeah,
keep watch on that. Let's
definitely.
D&D tomorrow.
Yep, and we're doing a one shot for
One shot as always for Extra Life.
that weekend.
I need to get things set up for it. So hopefully I can get that done ahead of time.
That'll be fun as always.
I've gotten an idea for a one shot that I need to flesh out a lot more. It may just be one just big old battle the entire time. Those are fun.
That's fine. Yeah. I actually came across the one of the YouTube people I watch. They do D&D, the Dungeon Dudes, and they had a video recent. One of their latest videos this week was about DM burnout and how to handle it and stuff like that. And one of the things that they were like was like, your players will be understanding if things aren't exactly perfect. Like things can still be fun without
it's got to be
being
fucking perfect. It's got to go flawless, exactly the way you plan it in your head. It has to be that way.
And I want to let you know that we will be understanding if things aren't 100%
you are
perfect.
100% rope at the back of your head. You're going, "That's fucking idiot is lazy, not doing anything."
But yeah, it was definitely like I was like, yeah, I agree with that. I'm as a player, I would definitely.
What did he do in those three months before we started playing the game? What did he do? The answer was nothing.
Because like any D&D is better than no D&D, and so. But yeah, it's kind of funny because I was like, oh yeah, Stuart just went through all this, like DM burnout, like.
Yes.
So yeah, so definitely Twitter's, we retweet it, and whenever we're doing D&D, and it's funny, Stuart just told us earlier today, he's like, oh yeah, last week y'all leveled up.
Yeah, well, I was prepping for tomorrow. I'm like, look at these levels. And then hey, you guys leveled up. Yep.
Yeah.
You guys leveled up.
My barbarian was easy. All I had to do was roll hit dice.
Right.
Which I got an 11, so woot.
Okay, yeah.
That's great. But it's like, oh, the warlock, I've got to choose a spell and a new evocation. Like, oh boy. So I'm gonna do that shortly after we get done with this. But this has been episode 462, and we will see you next time.
And remember, no animals were harmed making this podcast.